What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge. I, of course, am the coach, and we are in your feed every single day before 11 a.m., and we are powered by the almighty SportsLine. Coming off a 6-5 day, however, 3 of those were plus money wins, which is always a good thing. But despite the winning day, we're going to call this our Bounce Back Wednesday. So let's go. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's bring in the stars of the show. We're going 3 wide today. Right next to me, you know the man, M Squared. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Really rough one. I played the Cubs last night with Zack, too. That was one of my favorite plays. Really unfortunate base running by them. Really should have had that one, but ready to bounce back. Going to be a great day today. I
was out playing a little twilight golf with my son last night, and all I'm getting on the thread is, what are they doing? Horrible base running. I'm like, oh, thank God I wasn't watching that live. Oh, my goodness. Zack attack. Good morning, Zack Cimini.
You know what? I'm moving past yesterday. First time I've had a blip in a while on the show. But right now, all this breaking news before the show, I just can't believe it. It feels like a Sunday morning before NFL. You're trying to fix your fantasy football lineups, get some bets in. Just total chaos right now.
And we're going to get to all that in just a second. But first, I got to say good morning to our pulse, our leader, our guy, the Maestro. What's up, man?
Good morning, Coach. Unfortunately, I was watching the Cubs live, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing, even though I personally wasn't on it. But, of course, I was pulling so hard for these guys. But anyway, yeah, let's get to the breaking news.
All right, let's get to it right now. Storylines that could affect the betting lines, and that statement has never been more true than this morning. So, breaking news overnight, Kawhi Leonard out for tonight's game and, in all likelihood, out for the entire playoffs, or at least this series, too. We're still developing, but certainly the line has moved. Zack, let's start with you.
Yeah, this was still posted about an hour ago. It came down. I was going to be on the Jazz for the show, -3, and it had to do with their home record. And I think you still can play it, see how this line moves. But they were 31-5 during the regular season at home, and then 4-0 in the playoffs with Donovan Mitchell in the lineup. This is going to center on how Paul George handles this. It's going to be all his workload tonight. We saw Kevin Durant be able to do it yesterday. Can PG3 do it tonight?
Yeah, looking at my simulations on this one, we saw this game at 3. I saw Zack bet it there. I loved it. The market reopened -7, -7.5. My simulations made it -9.2 for a massive 6.2 point difference. Just got the email from the SportsLine computer. Their simulations were also very similar at 6 points. So I would expect this one, if you still like the Jazz, I would grab it now at 7, 7.5. I would expect this to close at 8.5, potentially even that 9 number where our simulations are by the time this game tips tonight.
This is such a big change for the entire NBA playoffs, the entire landscape, with Kawhi Leonard, who has won 2 championships with 2 different franchises already, was looking for a third. What a blow for the Clippers. However, last night for the Nets, boy, Kevin Durant down 16 at halftime, goes bonkers in the second half, scoring half 100 on the Bucks. Devastating. Maestro, what do you have on the Nets?
Well, I love the way the Nets played KD every minute, and they also played James Harden 46 minutes. And I think he was 1 of 10, but he did have 8 assists. His presence was huge. He actually defended Giannis well in the post. And today we've already seen some crazy line movement. The Bucks went from 3.5 to 5.5 all of a sudden. James Harden said he plans on playing Game 6, so trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, 46 minutes on a bum hamstring. He obviously wasn't himself, but maybe they rest him. Maybe there's some sentiment that they rest him up, and then he'll be ready to go for Game 7 at home. I'm not sure what's behind this line move.
Wow, Steve Nash has some decisions to make. It'll be interesting if they decide to gamble and hold him out of Game 6 to see if they can get the job done, and then have him healthier if there is a Game 7 back in Brooklyn after Game 6. So we will see. All right, we've got a lot to get to on our board today. Don't forget, if you do not follow us on SportsLine yet, what in the world are you and your friends and your family doing? We're going to give you the promo code EDGE. Use EDGE, and we're going to give you 30 days for free. Then after that, you're playing with house money. These 3 plays coming from SportsLine today. We're going to start Euro 2020. More. Our guy, Martin Green. Martin Green has been on fire. How about 8-2 on the show to start Euro 2020? Today, 2 plays in the Turkey-Wales game. Over 1.5 goals. That's -190. We know that is deep, but these two teams, they've got good offenses. So that means the juice, Maestro.
It's worth the squeeze.
You're damn right it is, and today it is. Both teams to score, plus 110 is the other play in that game. Then let's go over to Switzerland and Italy, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Italy to win 2-0. We cashed this a couple of days ago. We're going to cash it again today. That means Italy has to win, and then Switzerland scores 0. That's plus 121. And finally, our fourth play, we're going to go to baseball. The Giants last night, a spectacular come-from-behind win, down 8-3 for most of the game. Hit a grand slam in the 8th inning to win 9-8. SportsLine had it. We cashed it. We're going to go back to the Giants again tonight, minus 157 over Arizona, who has to be reeling from that loss last night. All right, it's time for my guys. You know how much I love them. And you know on a bounce-back Wednesday, I get fired up, shoulders up, chin up, chest back, or whatever. Here we go. M squared. You know the drill, son. Give it to me.
All right, Coach, we got a little theme today. That's going to be the Chicago teams and the run lines. Starting with the Chicago White Sox, I love the spot for them to pick on Ryan Yarbrough, left-handed pitcher for the Rays. He's really a tale of two players when it comes from home versus the away. His strikeout rate at home, 10 per 9 innings. On the road, 5.31. I looked at this number and I wondered, okay, maybe just a small sample size, right? Nope. 40 innings on the road, only 30 at home, 275 weighted on base average at home, 321 on the road. We know how well this White Sox lineup hits left-handed pitching. Now you get an early start time after a night game. Obviously, Yarbrough didn't pitch, but he's been there with the team hanging out. This is an early start time for him. I think this is a great opportunity to pick on his struggles on the road. So I'm taking the White Sox minus 1.5 plus 150. If you're not comfortable with that, I am fine with the money line. I have model edges on both. However, at plus 150, it should only be plus 138. That is where the biggest edge is. So that's why I'm playing the run line minus 1.5. And then the second one, the Chicago Cubs, we're going to be taking a plus money underdog run line. So it's the Cubs plus 1.5. We're getting plus 120 at this, making it a great value. 52% of the simulations, they cover this. Excellent value at plus 120. So Robert Stock, obviously the real story here is Jacob deGrom, and that's why we're getting such a great price. However, the Mets offense does not provide run support for him. Robert Stock, not necessarily a new prospect by any means, but elite strikeout numbers at every level throughout his career. And now he gets a pretty friendly pitching environment. Obviously, it's a National League game. Maybe deGrom gets it done for him, but we just have to lose this game by less than 2 runs. Give me Cubs plus 1.5, plus 120.
It has got to be incredibly frustrating if you are a Mets pitcher with the offense that they roll out there every single day, feeling like you have to hold the other team to 1 or 2 runs. All right, love those 2 plays. The only way to cool off the Zack attack lately has been to have a superstar leave the lineup, and then the line goes up by 4 points. But that did not happen in the Hawks and the Sixers. Zack, what do you have?
Yeah, just the one game, Coach. I will take the Atlanta Hawks plus 6. I think Philadelphia, they got themselves in trouble by letting off the gas in Game 4. You look at this series, they literally controlled this series from the second half of Game 1 until that midway through the third quarter of Game 4. Now it's an even series, 2 games apiece. And you look at Trae Young, he is the confidence maker for this Atlanta Hawks team. He matched a career high 18 assists in Game 4, which is also happening against Philadelphia 76ers last year. So keep that in mind. But Trae Young, 18 assists in Game 4, and they shot just 36% from the field. I think they're going to have an uptick in offense, especially on the road where they played better in the postseason. I'll take the Hawks plus 6.
I don't think there is any question, Zack, that the way that game ended in Game 4 gave the Hawks an incredible amount of confidence. Speaking of confidence, there is nobody that we have more confidence in than our guy, the Maestro. Let's go. The floor is yours.
All right, I'm just going to stick to baseball right now. The Cleveland Indians, minus 157. It's a high price, but they're hosting the Orioles. 17th straight road losses. They committed 4 errors yesterday in a 7-2 loss. Lack of focus, whatever you want to call it. Now they have to face Aaron Savali, who is 4-1 with a sub-3 ERA at home. I just think the price should be higher. I mean, this is a team I want to keep fading on the road, obviously. So I'm going to lay it with Cleveland. I'm also going to have a couple of strikeout props, just waiting for the numbers to come out later today.
All right, don't forget, you can follow him. You see his social media at the bottom there, at Larry Hartstein, always giving out Twitter plays later in the day.
And Coach, I just wanted to say, Zack you can get 6.5 everywhere right now with the Hawks. So I don't want to cheat Zack out of that half point in case it does land on 6.
Thank you, Maestro. Every time you interrupt me, it always means something good for me. All right, we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here we go. Here's what it looks like. Mikey is on the White Sox on the run line, -1.5, +150. He also says he would be okay if you wanted to lay the juice and play the money line with the White Sox over the Rays. Then the Cubs on the run line, also +1.5, though, +120. Then Zack Attack. He's on the Hawks +6, but as the Maestro just said, it is 6.5 everywhere. I got 6.5 at my book as well. And then the Maestro, one place so far, Indians -157. The Orioles, 17 straight road losses, and it looks like there's no end in sight for Baltimore. Then 4 plays from SportsLine today. We're going to go Turkey Wales over 1.5 goals, -190. Turkey Wales, both teams to score, +110. And then Italy to win to 0 over Switzerland, +121. And then the Giants in baseball, -157 over the Diamondbacks. Then all of you are screaming for different sports here on the show. Well, our gym gives you just that. The Golden Knights, Vegas, -1.5 goals over Montreal. Then Italy in Euro 2020 on the money line 3-way. So bet it where it says draw does create a bet. And then Turkey Wales over 1.5. If you do all that, God bless you. But if you do all that, it's going to give you a return of +401. Now, it might take you 10 minutes to put the bet in, but we're going to give you +401. All right. You know I love doing this. Don't forget, quick reminder, programming update. We've got our golf-only episode in your feed right now this morning. Rick G gave you 6 different plays for the U.S. Open this week. And then coming up later, Thursday, I believe, our MMA episode with our guy Ian Parker, who is as hot as anybody in the MMA space. All right. I think that's it. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. Sorry, Kawhi. Straight to the pay window. For Zack Attack, for M Squared, for the Maestro, and for Greg, do not call me Gary. Man, did he have fun last week in Miami. And I'm the coach. Remember, this is the only place. It doesn't matter the sport. We grind, and we grind every day for you. It is the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.